Welcome to Battle Axe. I'm Joey the Jaw Danya alongside Bobby the Blade Bradford. As always, we're coming to you from the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. It is week number 6, which means only 2 weeks to go until the double elimination postseason tournament. Can't wait for that. If you're new to the program, let's explain the rules of Battle Axe. All of those rings moving forward, inward towards the bullseye, those are worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the bullseye is worth 6 points. That small blue dot on the outermost ring, that's what's called a kill shot. At any point in a match, a player can go for a kill shot. If they hit it, they get 8 points. If they miss it, they get none. And this, of course, is what everyone is competing for. It's the Battle Axe Championship belt, Bobby.
It is the Battle Axe Championship belt, Joey. It is the prize of the league. Everyone is chasing Matt, the Magic Man Bradshaw, who is the current champion of the league. And he's got a lot of people coming after that belt, Joey.
Matt, the Magic Man Bradshaw, looking to keep that belt around his waist, but he's got a lot of quality competitors coming for him. Let's take a look at the standings after 5 weeks of action. Matt Bradshaw, a perfect 20-0 on the season, averaging nearly 56 points per game. Behind Bradshaw, it's Chris D'Onofrio, Casey Nines, Cody Yoakum, Hannah Brussel, Eric Shizzle, Brandon Feenstra, Stephanie Prine, Sarah Fitting, and Beth Jen rounding out the top 10.
Yeah, you can see Matt there chasing perfection week in and week out. Everyone's gunning for him. This should be an exciting week, Joey.
We're ready to go. Sarah Fitting taking on Everett Shure to get things started here in week number 6 on Battle Axe.
Yeah, so Everett coming in here at 8-12, Sarah at 9-11.
We are underway. Nice opening throw there from Sarah Fitting. Looks like it's a 5. Jenny's going to get a close look at it. Ooh, and she just missed the 5. Couple of 4s from Shure and Fitting.
Just missed that 5. Yeah, the bottom part of that blade, Joey, not popping through on that 5 ring, but still very close throw for Sarah. And a nice start for both competitors. Ooh.
There's a nice throw from Shure. Might be a bullseye.
For Sarah.
Going to get a close look at. Might be popping through on the right-hand side of that axe.
Bullseye,
And it is ruled a bullseye. So a nice throw there on the second throw there by Everett Shure, taking a 2-point lead going into the third throw. Of course, Everett coming in at averaging 39.4 points per game. Sarah at 44.5. And another nice throw there by Everett.
5 Sarah, bullseye Everett.
Everett Shure locked in right now. Back-to-back bullseyes to quickly build a 3-point lead. He's got a shot at a unicorn right here if he can get another bowl.
Yeah, and Sarah hasn't missed that 5 and 6 ring by much, so she's starting to dial it in here. Let's see how she responds. And it looks like a 5 there.
And it is.
All
So
right,
Sarah
fifth
Fitting
throw,
picks
Everett's
up
up by
a point
2.
on Everett Shure. She gets within 2.
Axe getting away from Everett there a little bit. Misses out on the unicorn. And it looks like that could be a 5 with the blade popping through in the
For
top
Sarah.
part.
Awfully close.
4 Everett.
Ooh.
Just missed it. So we've got a 2-point game after the first half of this one. Everett Shure leading 24-22 over Sarah Fitting. They'll switch sides, and we're all set to go here for the second half.
Well, and you can see, Joey, too, Jenny's had to go up and take a closer look at a lot of these throws. So these throws are
Bullseye,
not missing
Everett.
by much. See some high-precision throwing going on here.
Yeah, just a couple of centimeters can make all the difference.
And you look and see Everett is definitely on pace to go above his average score, barring any drops or devastating mistakes. It looks like a
5
4.
Everett.
Oh, no, it's ruled a 5 there for Everett.
4 Sarah.
So Everett Shure with his biggest lead of the game now. 35-31, 3 throws to go.
I'm sorry, Cole.
Of course, that average score for Shure would certainly be over 40 if he didn't go for the kill shots as often as he did, you would assume.
Valid point, Joey. Yeah,
For Everett.
Everett is one of the more
5
aggressive kill shot throwers in the league, and of course, it's all or nothing. So if you hit it, you get 8. If you don't, it's 0. So
Have you looked at
the
this?
average score is a little
Yes,
deceiving
okay.
for sure. Sarah's able to pick up a point,
Yeah.
though, on Everett with that 8th throw.
She's within striking
I've kissed a
distance.
fish. 4 and 4.
Ooh, and Everett's lucky. That axe almost getting away from him, going to a 3 ring there.
Okay.
Holding on to it a little bit too
last
long.
throw, Everett's up by 3.
Something we've kind of seen with Everett before in his past is holding on to that axe just a little bit too long, trying to find that right release point.
Everett Shore looking to put it away right here, and he does.
4, Sarah. 5.
Nice release
Everett.
point there by Everett. Didn't miss that bullseye by much.
All right, good
So
game.
Everett
44
Shore
Sarah, 48 Everett.
with a nice round of 48 to get the win over Sarah Fiddick.
Yeah, you can see Everett there putting up a 48, improving his record to 9-12, blowing past his average score of 39.4. And then for Sarah, she just kind of got stuck in that 4 rut. As you can see, she never was able to find that bullseye, but man, she wasn't off by much. So she was missing that bullseye just by a little bit. Unfortunately for her, unable to capitalize on the few mistakes Everett did make, but an impressive round of 44, right around her average, and looking forward to seeing what she's going to do the rest of the night.
Indeed, yeah. Fitting can just get a few more of those 5s to get into that red and get a few bullseyes. She's going to be tough out in the postseason. We've got much more action still to come, and we're going to bring it to you right now. Kyle Gall ready to go. He's going to take on Brandon Feenstra.
And as you can see there, Brandon getting it started. It looks like that is a 3 there, and
3
it
Brandon,
looks
4 Kyle.
like a 4 there for Kyle. So both competitors getting the night off with a 3 and a 4. As you can see, Kyle coming in at 4 and 16, Brandon at 8 and 12. Kyle getting his feet back under him, getting back into the league here.
4 Kyle, 3 Brandon.
Ooh.
Well, a shaky start here for Brandon Feenstra. Back-to-back 3s. Kyle Gall quickly building a 2-point lead, 8-6.
Yeah, those 3s are very uncharacteristic for Brandon, something we don't see from him very often. He's been doing a really good job of getting out of that vortex, Joey, and moving into that
bullseye,
5 and 6
Brandon.
ring. And as you can see right there, nice bullseye.
Right on cue, Brandon Feenstra getting the bull to get within 1.
Yeah, but again, for Kyle, he did a really nice job. That was a 5 there he just threw, so lost just a point, and you can see the
5
axe
Brandon,
getting away from him just a little
4
bit there. Brandon able to make up a point and tie this thing up, so it's a different beast being in the driver's seat,
All
Joey.
right, 5th row, and you're tied
We've
at
got a good
17.
one brewing here between Feenstra and Gall. 17 all after 4 throws.
And Brandon's coming in averaging 46
Poor Kyle.
points per game, and Kyle not that far off,
Poor
averaging
Brandon.
41.8, so doing a really good job of getting back into the league, finding his throw, and getting back into that postseason form that we remember him having.
21 all between Feenstra and Gall after the first half of this one. This is just about what you'd expect out of these two.
Yeah, a little back and forth here.
4 Kyle, 4 Brandon.
They're going to trade some 4s there as well, so after 6 throws, we are all tied up at 25. Someone's got to start pulling ahead here, Joey.
Yeah, someone's going to have to get into that 5 and 6 range on a
played all your
consistent
games.
level
Ooh,
if they want to take this one.
and you can see that axe is just getting
4
away from
Kyle.
Brandon.
3
And
Brandon.
another devastating 3. So 3 threes on the night for Brandon to start off the match. Something must be up.
You wonder if Matt the Thunder Haas is in his head a little bit. You know that he's been coming after him all season.
Valid point, Joey. Yeah, you can wonder if that mental game is starting to get to him.
4 Brandon, 4 Kyle.
Got back on track there with a 4, but again, that's not something Brandon wants to have. He's been doing a really good job of finding that 5 and 6 ring. And unfortunately for him to start off the night, that is not the space he's in.
But he's still right in it. Just a 1-point lead for Kyle Gall with 2 throws to go.
4 and 4.
Nobody able to take advantage there.
Yeah, and that just shows you the kind of competitor
All right,
Brandon
last
is. You
row,
know,
Kyle's
even
up
when he
by
doesn't have
1.
his game, like he normally has, he is just going to be in this matchup. He's not going to quit. He's going to keep fighting, even if Matt Thunderhaas is in the back of his head.
4 and
Ooh.
4.
Well, Kyle Gall
All right, good
escaping
game.
by the
40
slimmest of
Brandon,
margins
41
to get the
Kyle.
win. 41-40, the final.
Well, as you can see there, Joey, just Brandon unable to capitalize on Kyle just throwing those consistent 4s. As you can see, outside of that 5 on the 3rd throw, all 4s for Kyle. So a consistent round for him, getting stuck in that vortex, as we like to say. But for Brandon, those uncharacteristic 3s to start off the match, and then again on his 7th throw, really were what put him behind the 8 ball. And kudos to Kyle for keeping the pedal to the metal, not letting Brandon back in. A win is a win, no matter the margin.
No doubt, and you can bet Kyle Gall will happily take the win. They've been tough to come by this season for Gall. His 5th win of the season, much more Battle Axe still to come straight ahead here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. Joey Daniel alongside Bobby Bradford here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range, bringing you all of the action here in week number 6. And we've had a couple of battles thus far the show living up to its name. Kyle Gall just escaping Brandon Feenstra with a 41-40 win, and Everett Shore getting a 48-44 victory over Sarah Fitting. Next up, it's Eric the Scope Shizzle taking on Hannah Brussel. This should be a good one, Bobby.
Oh, it's going to be a great matchup here. You can see Eric coming in at 13-7, Hannah at 15-5. These competitors are neck and neck in the top 10 standings.
And we are underway. It looks like a 4 to start things for Shizzle. Might be a 5 if the bottom of that blade is in there, but it's not. So Hannah Brussel with a 1-point lead after the opening throw.
Yeah, so Hannah getting the top part of that blade into the 5 ring there. Very close to being a 4, but it is ruled a 5, so a nice start for her. Happy Feet coming in, averaging a score of 48 points, Joey, per game. And then Eric the Scope, not far behind at 47.3.
5, Eric.
Yeah, Brussel has continued to improve with each and every season. She's playing her best right now.
Yeah, consistency in her throw. She's definitely putting up high scores every game. And as you can see here, Jenny's going to get a close look here. She's going to need a flashlight.
Bullseye, Hannah.
And it is ruled a bullseye, so...
Much to the delight of Hannah Brussel, she's now got a 2-point lead over Shizzle.
Well, and as we talked about, Joey, with other competitors as well. I mean, a lot of the new competitors kind of get stuck in that 4 ring. Obviously, they want to eliminate the drops, the 2s, and the 3s, but they can get stuck in that vortex a little bit. And Hannah's just done a great job of progressing into that 5 and 6 ring.
Yeah, that's just what we saw from Brandon Feenstra and Kyle Gall. They were really stuck in that 4 ring. If you want to compete for a championship, you've got to get out of that.
Yep. And it's moving into that 5 and 6 ring, and then it's getting very comfortable with that kill shot as well. But a nice flush bullseye there for Hannah.
Bullseye, Hannah.
You can't throw it better than the way Hannah Brussel just threw that axe.
All
Her
right,
second
good throw.
bullseye
Hannah's
of the
up by
match. She's got a 4-point lead now.
Yeah, so a nice job for Hannah to get started with this matchup. Eric not far behind, though. Still within striking distance. He's just got to focus up. Again, we've talked about his throw. Moving full time to his left hand now. Started off the season with his right hand. He just couldn't continue to go with it, so now he's full-time left-handed.
So a 27-23 lead for Hannah Brussel after the first half. We're ready to go now in the second half.
And it's really important for both competitors just to keep finding that bullseye. As you can see there, it looks like that could be a 5 there for Hannah popping through. Ooh, so a couple of close rulings there, Joey. As you can see, it was ever so close to that 5 ring.
Yeah, we were just talking about how well they had been doing avoiding the 4 ring, but
Correct.
They didn't miss the 5 by much.
No,
there.
they didn't miss the 5 by much. And we've seen it, Joey, with other throws as well. I mean, not every 4 is the same, you know. Sometimes that 4 is very, very close to that 5 ring, so the scores can be a little deceiving.
And now they're getting closer to that 3 ring.
Yes, that is the direction they don't want to go.
But Hannah Brussel will happily trade points with Shizzle at this point. Just 3 throws to go, and she's up by 4.
And you can see that axe just getting away from Eric just a little bit. You can see it. He's just holding on, just kind of like what Everett was doing a little bit. Just holding on to that axe just a little bit too long. Hannah able to gain a point on Eric. A 5-point lead with 2 throws to go.
Hannah Brussel looking for another big win here over Eric Shizzle.
There's a nice release point there by Eric, so it looks like a pretty good 5 there.
5 and 5?
And almost a carbon copy throw there for Hannah Happy Feet Brussel.
Well, could we see Eric the Scope Shizzle go for a kill shot? Down by 5. Final throw. Doesn't look like he's going to go for it.
Well, and this is the time of year, Joey, with the tournament right around the corner. You really want to start getting used and comfortable at that throw. And obviously, we've seen Eric in the past go for it. He's electing not to do it in this matchup.
45 Eric, 49 Hannah.
Hannah Brussel gets the win, 49-45.
Yeah, so a bit of an interesting call there by Eric. Joey, I agree with you in that 10th throw. I mean, Hannah's thrown some consistent 4s and 5s and everything like that, so he was definitely banking on her making a mistake, going for the kill shot, but elected not to. Threw a 5, an impressive round of 45, definitely off of his normal average score, but Hannah with an impressive round, improving her record to 16-5 in a nice score of 49.
Well, we've said it time and time again here on Battle Axe. Consistency is the name of the game. Here's Haley Shore on her consistency and some changes she's made to her throw.
Been about consistent. First week I tried throwing with one hand, didn't work out. Back to throwing with two. So just trying to really be more consistent. Hopefully not get any of the threes or lower. Hopefully fours and up. So with that, I think I've been more consistent. Haven't been having as many drops, so I'll take that.
She's showing improvement. You got to eliminate the drops and then just work on getting more in the fours, the fives, and then, of course, the bullseyes. Haley Shore ready to go here in week number 6 on Battle Axe. We're going to bring you her matchup right now. Beth Jen ready to go against Haley Shore. Both of these competitors coming in with identical records, Bobby.
Yeah, 7 and 13 for each competitor, although Beth is averaging 43.9 points per game, and Haley is at 38.8.
4, Beth.
Well, it's a 4 for Jen to start things off
Feel
and a
better
4
than
for
anything
Shore as well.
for it.
Yeah, so that axe very close to a 5 there for Haley. Didn't miss that 5 ring by much.
Okay, and I'll try it.
And again, we've seen Beth kind of get stuck in that vortex a little bit, working to move and progress her game to get closer and closer to that 5 ring. Let go of the axe a little too early there. Could be a 4, possibly a 3.
5, Haley.
But it is ruled a 4, and Haley with a nice 5 there to take a 1-point lead going into the 3rd throw.
Well, Beth Jen has got the tomahawk on her shirt.
Hoping to become world champion as well.
Indeed.
So looks like a 4 there again. Beth just kind of circling that 5 ring, and another nice 5 there for Haley. Although she's actually going to get a closer look.
Haley, of course, has those big, tall trees on her pants.
Oh, yeah. 4,
Jen trying to chop those trees down.
Trying to take him down, but Haley there, an honest competitor, walked up to the ring, didn't see that it was popping through on the 5 ring, and called Jenny over. So karma could be on her side, Joey. A nice throw there.
4, Beth. 5, Haley.
Well, Haley Shore playing well right now.
All right, 5th throw.
Oh, and
Haley's
it
up
looks
by
like Beth
2.
Jen wants a ruling here.
Yes, sorry.
I think this is going to be the opposite way, Joey. I think she's thinking it's popping through on the 5 ring, and it is popping through. So a couple 5s for each competitor. A 1-point lead
5th throw, Haley's up by 1.
going into the 5th throw.
Yeah, big point there for Jen to keep it a 1-point game.
And as you can see, Haley with the two-hand approach, Joey, seems to be a little more consistent with her throw. She doesn't have the wobble in the axe. It's definitely hanging out around that 4, 5, and 6 ring.
Yeah, we heard in her interview she wanted to eliminate those threes. She's done that and then some. She's got a 2-point lead after the opening half here against Beth Jen.
Ooh, a nice authoritative throw there and a nice bullseye there by Beth. But for both competitors, Joey, they really wanted to eliminate the drops in their game.
Haley.
Ooh, that was a close ruling there. I thought that was popping through on the 5 ring there, but it is ruled a 4. But Beth able to tie this thing up, Joey, going into the 7th throw with a nice bullseye. Let's see if she can continue the momentum.
Wow, Beth Jen is really dialed in right now. That looks like back-to-back bullseyes. Indeed it is.
Yeah.
She's got a 2-point lead now over Haley Shore. 3 throws to go. Beth Jen going for a unicorn here on her 8th throw.
But for Haley, she's just got to remember that she's been throwing a nice, consistent game. She doesn't have to go outside of her comfort zone. She just has to keep doing what she's doing, and unfortunately, she's just finding that 4 ring a little too much. So Beth able to increase her lead by 3 going into the 9th throw. All things are on the table, though.
Haley Shore needing a big throw here. Beth Jen looking to put it away.
Another nice throw there. 5, and it
5, Beth. 5, Haley.
looks like a 5 there for Haley as well. Unable to capitalize. But you can look and see, Joey, from that 6th throw on, I mean, really from that 5th throw on, Beth has just done a great job of putting the pedal to the metal, eliminating those 4s from her game, and you can see the results.
Incredible focus from both of these competitors. And Beth Jen puts a ribbon on this one.
Is it a 5?
She's looking to see if it's a 5, but
All right.
Nope.
just missed it.
45 to
Beth Jen gets the win,
48.
48-45.
Yeah, so a really nice job by both competitors. Haley obviously blowing past her average score of 38.8 with a nice round of 45. And you can just see what happens, Joey. When you get out of that 4 ring, you can see best score of 48 there. She started off the match with 3 4s, ended it with a 4, but in between nothing but 5s and 6s, and that'll just elevate your game beyond belief.
Yeah, these are two of the better scores we've seen thus far here this week in week number 6. Beth Jen and Haley Shore going to look to carry this momentum into week 7 and then, of course, the postseason. Here is Beth Jen on increasing her average score.
Yeah, definitely. I feel really good about how things are going. And going into each week, I look forward to, upping kind of like the average that I kind of set for myself. At the start of the season, I was going to be happy to be in the 40s every week. And so if I could do that, I would have been thrilled. Having only had one season of this, I started with 40, which I thought was ambitious. And week to week, I actually just kept going up. And so to start this week with a 48, I was really happy about that. Then a 46, but I still had that 47 average. That 38 brought it down a little bit, but I can still come back with a good game. And, it's interesting when I throw a lower score like a 38. Last season, I would have been thrilled with a 38. And so it's kind of like I've been pushing myself more and more each week. And a 38 is now like disappointing to me, even though I have to remind myself this is only like my 15th time doing this. So I definitely think I'm headed in the right direction, and I'm really happy with my progress and how fast I've actually picked up on it. That's kind of been really fun for me to see, the progression that I've had.
Hard work paying off quickly for Beth Jen. We've got a lot more Battle Axe still to come. Stay tuned here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. I'm Joey Danya, alongside Bobby Bradford, bringing you all of the action here in week number 6. Earlier today, we saw Everett Shore get a 4-point win over Sarah Fitting. Everett Shore looking for another win here in week number 6, but before he goes back out there, here's Shore on his throwing progression.
I'm pretty up and down lately, but I'm starting to get a little bit more consistent these last couple weeks, I feel. Just trying to focus on my breathing has really helped me out this season. Trying to get that same breath every time actually has helped a lot. So I've been able to hit a few more bullseyes, hit a couple more kill shots recently. So I think that's definitely helping a lot, and just gonna keep focusing on that for a couple more weeks, and hopefully I can carry it into tournament time.
Everett Shore looking to make a run in the postseason, but we've got a ways to go before we get there. He's going to go for another win here in week number 6, and we are ready to bring you that matchup right now. Eric the Scope Shizzle taking on Everett Shore, Mr. Kill. This should be a fun one.
Yeah, Eric fell to Hannah Brussel earlier tonight, falling to 13-8, and Everett, with the victory, improves his record
4-4?
to 9-12. So a couple 4s for each competitor to start the matchup. And to Everett's point, as he was talking about Joey in the interview, it's the throwing routine. It's the stuff you don't see. So he was talking about his breath, as part of
4
his
Eric,
routine.
5 Everett.
Those are the very important things that a player needs to discover about themselves and discover what's effective, and then be able to repeat it over and over again.
Everett wants Jenny to take a look at this one and see if maybe it's a bullseye. It's a 5. So Everett Shore has a 1-point lead over Shizzle after the first couple of throws.
And a couple 4s there for
Eric,
Eric.
5
He's still
Everett.
kind of trying to dial in his consistent bullseye throw. As you can see there with that throw, though, he's not missing it by much. But Everett able to gain another point, a 2-point lead going into the 4th throw. And he just held onto that axis a little bit too
Smart,
long.
Everett.
You can just see. And that might be a bullseye popping through in the bottom part of the
Bullseye,
blade, and it is for Eric the Scope. So
All right, 5th throw.
the
you're
Scope
tied at
finding his
18.
stroke.
We're all tied up, 18 apiece after 4 throws.
And with both these competitors, and obviously with Eric changing to his left hand, and then Everett, just kind of figuring out the board as he's progressed
5
as a
Everett,
player,
4 Eric.
they're all working on their release point. As you can see, some of these players, they get stuck with holding onto the axe a little bit too long or releasing it a little bit too early. But when they get these release points dialed in, they can beat anybody.
That's the kind of consistency
Eric.
that you always see
Everett.
from the points leader, Matt Bradshaw. just a model of consistency. He's got it down to a science.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at the top competitors of the league, and these are two of the top competitors for sure, they're just constantly focused, and it's the same routine over and over again, as you can just see.
4, Eric.
Holding on to that axe just a little bit too long. He's going to be lucky if that's a 4.
4,
Ooh.
Everett.
So dangerously close, Joey, to being a 3.
So he remains within 3 points. Or I'm sorry, he remains atop by 3 points over Eric the Scope Shizzle with just 3 throws to go now.
Well, and as you can see there, Eric very disappointed, unable to capitalize
Bullseye, Everett. 4,
on
Eric.
Everett's
5, Eric.
mistake there, and Everett comes through, and it looks like a bullseye there for Everett and a 5 for Eric. So Everett increases his lead to 39 to 35. Got to keep that pedal to the metal. He's doing a good job of it so far, Joey. Ooh,
There's a good throw from Shizzle.
Everett.
Looks like a
Bullseye,
bullseye. It is, and
nice.
he needed that one.
He did need that one, so he makes it a 2-point
All right,
game.
last throw. Everett's up by 2.
And as you can see there, Joey, that was the easy release point right there. He just let it go at the perfect time, and that was a nice flush bullseye.
We'll see if he can repeat it right here and really put the pressure on Shure.
Oh, kind of lucky.
4 and
That
4?
stuck in the wood there.
So Everett Shure able to hold
All right, big game.
off
45
Eric
Eric,
Shizzle. He gets the
47
win,
Everett.
47-45.
Yeah, as you can see there for Eric, I mean, he just kind of had a little too many 4s. You can see 2 separate runs of 3 4s in a row, a couple bullseyes, the 1 5. But Everett did a really nice job of kind of sticking around that 5 and 6 ring. He kind of got a little shaky there a little bit. With that 1 4, that was almost a 3, could have been demoralizing. But as for Everett, he comes out the victor, 47-45. He improves his record to 10 and 12. Eric falls to 13 and 9, and got some work to do.
Well, earlier today we saw Hannah Brussel get a win over Eric the Scope Shizzle. Hannah's ready to go again here in week number 6, but before her next match, here's Brussel on her progress as a thrower.
I'm doing better this season. I feel pretty confident, finishing in hopefully top 5 like I am. But my throws have definitely gone a little bit smoother and a little more consistent this season, so I can hang around I throw a lot of 4s, but like more 5s and 6s than normal, so it's not bad.
Hannah had a round of 49 earlier today to get a win over Eric Shizzle. That's the best round we've seen yet here in week number 6, and Hannah's going to look for another win, but against a very tough opponent. We're excited to bring you that matchup right now on Battle Axe. Hannah Brussel looking to take down Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's what Hannah's trying to accomplish here today. She's going to go up against Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio, coming in at 18 and 2. Hannah at an impressive 16 and 5. This should be a dandy.
Good start for the Dagger. It looks like a bullseye, and
Bullseye,
it's a bullseye for Brussel as well. Great start to this one.
There you go. So a great start by both competitors. Hannah getting the top part of that blade to pop through on that bullseye. And as you can see, it's competitive, but it's also light, and everyone's having fun here tonight, Joey. Ooh, and you can see maybe the bottom part of that blade popping through in the bullseye, but it looks like a 5 there for Chris. And it's a
Bullseye,
bullseye
Hannah?
there for Hannah.
5, Chris.
Back-to-back bullseyes for Brussel. She's celebrating a little bit. She's got a 1-point lead over D'Onofrio.
Yeah, you got to take the victories when you can, Joey. So after 2 throws, Hannah's up by 1. And as we were talking about with Everett in his throwing routine, one of the best in the league is Chris and his ability to replicate that throw over and over
Bye,
again
Hannah.
from throw to throw, Joey. He's one of the best.
Bullseye, Chris.
And right on cue, he throws another bullseye to tie it up at 17.
And it's important here for Hannah. All right, so she had that 1-point lead after 2 throws. It's all tied up. She's doing a really good job. No 4s yet. Just got to focus on that 5 and 6 ring. Don't worry about what Chris is throwing over there.
Just
Bullseye,
focus
Chris,
and
4
play your
Hannah.
game, but that one gets away from Brussel a little bit. It's a
All
4.
right, fifth
Meanwhile,
row,
it's
Chris is
another
up by
bullseye
2.
for D'Onofrio. Back-to-back bullseyes. Gives him a 2-point lead and a shot at a unicorn.
Yep, a shot at a unicorn here. And as you can see there, Chris with just a great throwing routine and just a flush bullseye for the first unicorn of the
Bullseye,
night.
Chris. 5, Hannah.
And a 5 there for Hannah. So-
Well, Chris D'Onofrio might have taken that gloating from Brussel after the second throw a little personally. He's now thrown 3 straight bullseyes to build a 3-point lead.
Ooh, looks like a 5 there.
5
And a
Chris,
4
4
there
Hannah.
for Hannah. But still, a 4-point lead. She's got some work to do, obviously, going up against a caliber player such as Chris. She knows that she can't have those 4, so we'll see if she can eliminate those from her game. Another just flush bullseye. As you can see, Joey, when he hits that bullseye,
Chris,
it's
5
not
Hannah.
just a little bit. It's like right in the middle of that red bullseye. So he is locked in, ready to go. Hannah, unfortunately, with the 5, now down by 5. And this would, I always think, Joey, feels like quicksand to a competitor. You know, you're not throwing a bad game. Hannah's throwing a great game. She just can't get any traction in ground because he's just consistently
Chris,
hitting
5
those
Hannah.
bullseyes.
Yeah, it's got to be incredibly frustrating, but there's really just nothing that Hannah Brussel can do right now. Kristen D'Onofrio is just playing at an incredibly high level, playing like a guy who really wants that title.
Absolutely. And as you can just see, he just called for the kill shot. So Chris has talked about it before. He's going to get comfortable with that kill shot throughout the league so he can use it come tournament time.
5
And
Hannah,
wow,
shot, Chris.
is he getting comfortable with it.
Chris D'Onofrio putting on a show right now.
All right, last throw. Chris is up by 9.
And there you can see he called for it again. So, hey, when you're hot, you're hot. Let's see if he can do it. You know, I don't think we've had anybody hit back-to-back kill shots here on Battle Axe.
I don't believe we have. We'll have to check with the Battle Axe statisticians. We'll see if D'Onofrio can do it right now. Oh, and he might have.
He
That's
might have.
awfully close.
Bullseye Hannah. Kill shot.
And it is a kill shot, so wow.
How about that? What a round and what a
Hannah,
finish for
51,
Chris
Chris,
D'Onofrio.
62.
A round of 62 to get the win over Hannah Brussel.
I mean, wow, what can you say? So Chris going for the kill shot on the 9th and 10th throw. Incredibly impressive round of 62. And for Hannah, sure, she falls to 16 and 6, but a nice round of 51. As you can see, only the 2 4s on that card. But, man, when you go up against a guy as Chris the Dagger D'Onofrio did, man, all 6s, couple 5s, and 2 8s, man, that's going to be tough.
Chris D'Onofrio looking like a guy on a mission to take down Matt the Magic Man Bradshaw and win that Battle Axe Championship belt. A round of 62. You don't see that often. Here's Chris on his mindset when he's throwing.
It's dialing it in, being as consistent as possible, staying in that mind frame for competition, and just relaxing, playing the board. Again, not paying attention who's next to you, and just doing it. And it feels good when you're in a rhythm and you're throwing solid. It's an awesome feeling. I'm getting to the point where I'm feeling very consistent and practicing kill shots all the time. Kill shots have to happen as soon as you get to that higher level. And right now I'm reaching that higher level. So I have to have them. So I'm practicing kill shots probably even more than I am bulls at this point, because that consistency, you got to be able to be comfortable when you step up to that line and get ready to line up and throw your throw. You don't want to have to worry about, oh, do I need to adjust this way or this way? You're just lining up, you're going through your routine because you've created that muscle memory.
Chris D'Onofrio is a dangerous man right now. We've got a lot more Battle Axe still to come here in Week 6. We'll bring it to you straight ahead. Stay tuned here on MC22. Welcome back to Battle Axe. Joey the Jaw Danya alongside Bobby the Blade Bradford here at the Bustin Axe Throwing Range in Dubuque, Iowa. It's been a thrilling week number 6, and we're not done yet. Still a couple matches to go. It's all leading up to the double elimination postseason tournament, which is coming up in just a couple weeks. Casey Laserwolf Nines, we're going to get our first look at him. He's going to take on Matt the Thunder Haas. First look at Thunder tonight as well.
As you can see, Matt the Thunder Haas coming in at 13 and 7, Casey at 16 and 4. And again, Matt has changed his throw up a little bit. So he was what we would categorize as a grip it and rip it kind of guy. He's not doing that anymore. He's taking a pause. He's focusing on that board. Starts off the match with a 4, Casey with a 5.
Matt Thunder Haas focused on doing whatever it takes to take down Brandon Feenstra.
That is his mission. A lot of people have the goal of winning the league, getting top 10 or top 3 in the league. That's not Matt's goal. He's here to take down Brandon Feenstra, and that's all he really cares about.
And he doesn't just want to take him down. He wants to dominate him.
Exactly.
Looking forward to that matchup
Bullseye Casey
whenever we're
format.
lucky enough to get it. Casey Nines with a bullseye. First bullseye of the match. He's got a 3-point lead now over Thunder.
You can see Casey talking to the butcher there a little bit, saying, that's what we're talking about. That's the bullseye I want more and more. Nice bullseye there by Thunder.
Bullseye Casey.
Initially
5
called a
Casey.
bullseye there for Casey, but it not popping through on the top part of that blade, so it is a 5. Still a 2-point lead
Fifth throw. Casey's
going
up
into the
by
5th
2.
throw. Matt doing a good job of getting out of that 4 rut there with a nice bullseye. We'll see if he can keep going with that consistent throw. Ooh, wow.
3 Matt. 5 Casey.
Well, that one gets away from Thunder, and Nines takes advantage. He's got a 4-point lead after the first half.
Well, and as we saw with Brandon's matchup earlier, Joey, that those 3s are killers. So you don't want those in your matchup. Obviously, 2s and drops are even worse. But, yeah, those 3s just create so much of a gap for it. So hard to get back from. But a nice response there. Looks like a 5 there for
5 Matt.
Thunder.
4 Casey.
Able to gain a point. So it is just a 3-point lead here for Casey Laser Wolf Nines going into the 7th throw.
Haas within striking distance. He can stay in that 5 and 6 range. He can work his way back into this one, perhaps.
4 and
And you
4.
can see the axe just getting away. His release point's a little off. Although not able to capitalize on Matt's 4. Casey throws a 4 as well. Still a 3-point lead. And he's just got to keep finding that 5 and 6 ring. But another 4. That could be a 3 there for Matt as well. Another
Yeah,
3.
he's going to
4
have to
Casey,
hope
3
it's a
Matt.
4, but it's
Wow.
a 3. Matt Thunder Haas struggling right now.
And just to like your point earlier during Brandon's matchup, you got to wonder, is Brandon in the back of Matt's mind?
Well, there's a good throw from Thunder.
5
Looks like a
Matt. 4
5.
Casey.
And it is a 5. Meanwhile, it's a 4 for 9. So still just a 3-point
All right,
game
last
here
throw,
with
Casey's up by
one
3.
throw still to go. Perhaps Thunder will go for a kill shot. Doesn't look like he's gonna.
going to focus on that bullseye there, and
bullseye.
looks like both competitors are going to end with a
Cute.
bullseye.
All right,
So nice ending for
44
both
Matt, 47
competitors.
Casey.
Casey Laser Wolf Nines getting the win, 47-44.
Well, Matt came in with an average score of 44.2, lived up to the average score right there. A couple 3s in his matchup that I bet he would like to have back. A couple 6s there, and just too many 4s. And for Casey as well, getting stuck in that little 4 rut. A nice start to the matchup, as you can see, the 1 bullseye, 3 5s. But after the turn, 4 4s. That bullseye to end is nice, but 47 for him to improve his record to 17 and 4. And Matt Thunder Haas falls to 13 and 8.
Casey improving to 17 and 4. He's going to go for 18 and 4 in just a moment. But before his next matchup, here's Casey on improving his average score.
I would say it's getting there, yeah, but I mean it hasn't improved since the last league, so that's kind of where I'm stuck. Like I would have liked to see a little more, a little higher average. I'm not expecting a ton of big change in my average. It's still about the same as last year, And each week it seems like I kind of hover right around that 50. Sometimes I get like a 52, and then my next game will be like a 48, so it brings me back down to a 50. So. I'm trying to get out of the 40s. If I could at least get every game at least 50, then I'd be a lot happier. I've thrown better before. I've had more consistency before. I don't know if it's maybe changing up that axe. I might have to switch back. I'm not sure. I feel comfortable with this new axe. But maybe it is that change, with these 2 different axes. They have different lengths. They have different weights. They have different ways they throw. That could be a big part of it, too.
Perhaps it's time to go back to the old butcher for Casey Laser Wolf Nines. He's going to try and finish out week number 6 with another win after getting a 3-point win over Matt Thunder Haas. Casey Laser Wolf Nines ready to go. He's going to take on Cody Yoakum. Laser Wolf looking to wrap things up with back-to-back wins here in week number 6.
Yeah, so Casey again coming in at 17 and 4. Cody at 12 and 8. Cody averaging 48.1 points per game.
4 Cody.
And
Bye,
Casey at
Casey.
50.3, so this is going to be a very close matchup. Casey starting off with a 5, Cody with a 4. Should be a dandy.
Yeah, these are 2 of the very best in this league. What a great way to wrap
Cody.
up week number
Bye, Casey.
6.
Yep, Cody holding on to the axe just a little bit too long. You can see he's kind of got one of those. He has a very exaggerated drawback when he comes back with his axe there, Joey. It creates a lot of motion, and then can create an erratic axe.
Cody.
That might be a bullseye for
Bullseye, Casey.
Casey, and it is. First bullseye of the match. He's off to a great start. A 16-12 lead over Cody Yoakum after the first 3 throws.
And this is a classic example, Joey, of getting caught in that vortex. 3 fours for Cody to start off the match. He's down by 4 after 3 throws.
5 Casey. 5 Cody.
So another 4 there for Cody.
Yoakum wants Jenny to take another look.
It was initially ruled a 5, excuse me. So ruled a 5. Cody gets up there and
4
sees
Cody.
that it's a 4, unfortunately for him, but an honorable man is Cody Yoakum.
All right. 5th throw. Casey's up by 5.
Honesty goes a long way. That's what my mom used to say, at least.
Well, it's true, Joey. Your mom was right.
And Danya is the
Bullseye
same.
Cody. 4 Casey.
And look at that. So karma reflecting on Cody there. Getting a nice bullseye to get out of that vortex there. Able to pick up 2 points on Casey Laser Wolf 9s going into the turn. So hopefully the switching of lanes doesn't affect Cody too much.
Bullseye Cody. 5
Looks
Casey.
like it's not, Joey.
Didn't affect either Nines or Yoakum. 2-point lead for Laser Wolf. 4 throws to go.
Yeah, so a really nice job by Cody here to capitalize on Casey's mistakes, really finding that bullseye, able to eat up some points. Casey with a
5 Casey.
5
Bullseye
there,
Cody.
so again, another nice
Got a
job.
unicorn.
Cody with a unicorn, able to make this thing a 1-point game.
Our second unicorn of the day, and it couldn't have come at a better time for Cody Yoakum. He's right back in this one.
And you can see Casey, one of the veterans of this league. He's been in this position before. He's just going to focus on that board, not going to
5
worry
Casey,
about what
5
Cody's
Cody.
throwing. They're going to trade 5s there on the 8th throw. Still 1-point lead here for Casey. He knows that he's in control of the situation.
Yeah.
But for Cody, you just have to really commend him. He's a great job of coming back here.
What a throw there from Laser Wolf.
Bullseye Casey. 4
And
Cody.
Cody not missing that 4 ring by much, or that 5 ring by much, so it is ruled a 4. Down by
All
3.
right. Last throw. Casey's up by 3.
Wonder if that's where the kill shot comes in, Joey. You can see,
Well,
I think he
no,
was thinking about it a little bit.
I think he was, but he's going to just play it straight up and see what he can do. But Laser Wolf puts it away.
4 Casey. 5 Cody.
Casey Nines gets the win, 50-48.
All right. Good game.
Over Cody
48
Yoakum.
Cody. 50 Casey.
Well, the model of consistency with both these players. So Cody Yoakum coming in at 48.1 points average score per game. Casey Laser Wolf 9s at 50.3. And what do we have, Joe? We have a 50-48 score. So Casey improves his record to 18-4. Cody falls to 12-9. But just a really nice job. You can see from that 5th throw on, doing a really good job of eliminating those 4s. Only that 1 on the 9th throw. Really made a game of it. And unfortunately just came up ever so short.
We knew this was going to be a good one, and indeed it was. Cody Yoakum really put the pressure on Casey Nines, and he responded. Nines talked about how he wanted to get that average score up to 50 points a game. That's exactly what he did here to wrap things up in week number 6. What a week it was. Time now for our post-game wrap-up. Well, after 6 weeks of Battle Axe, Matt Bradshaw remains alone atop the leaderboard. A perfect 24-0, averaging nearly 56 points per game. Behind Bradshaw, it's Chris D'Onofrio, who put up that incredible round of 62 here tonight. Behind D'Onofrio, it's Casey Nines, Cody Yoakum, Hannah Brussel, Eric Schizzle, Brandon Feenstra, Stephanie Prine, Sarah Fitting, and Beth Jen. That's going to do it here for Week 6 on Battle Axe. We'll see you again here next time for Week 7. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again on MC22.